Did the recent Conservative conference just redefine the future of the UK? Buckle up as we dive into the depths of the policies announced. This conference, a melting pot of political discourse and decision-making, has the potential to chart the course for the nation's future. It's a momentous event, one that sees the coming together of the nation's policymakers, thinkers and strategists. Several key policies were announced, each bringing in its own set of promises and challenges. These policies cover a broad spectrum, involving economic reforms, social issues, and everything in between. They are the blueprints of the future, as envisioned by the Conservatives. The conference wasn't just about announcing these policies, but also about debating them, dissecting them, and understanding their implications. Now it's time to delve into these policies one by one. Are you ready to explore? First on the table is Policy 1, a game changer or a dangerous gamble. Let's dive in. This policy aims to stimulate economic growth by reducing corporate taxes. On the flip side, it could mean less revenue for public services. The potential benefits are enticing. Lower taxes could motivate businesses to invest more in their operations, leading to job creation and a more robust economy. It's a classic move in the playbook of economic stimulation, and one that has seen success in the past. However, the drawbacks demand attention. Reduced tax revenue could lead to cuts in public services, affecting healthcare, education, and social welfare. It's a delicate balancing act, trying to stimulate the economy without eroding the social fabric that binds us together. There's also the question of timing. In the wake of a global pandemic, is it prudent to reduce revenue when public services may need it the most? Or is it precisely the bold move needed to jumpstart the economy? Policy 1 certainly brings its share of promises and perils, but what about the next one? Next up is Policy 2. Will it be the answer to the UK's pressing issues or just another political maneuver? Let's delve into Policy 2. On the surface, it offers a promising solution to some of our most persistent problems. It's a bold move aiming to tackle economic inequality and promote social mobility, two issues at the heart of modern Britain. But as with any policy, it's not without its potential drawbacks. Critics argue that it may be too ambitious, possibly leading to unsustainable spending and a potential increase in the national debt. The jury is still out on whether Policy 2 can live up to its promises. It's a complex issue, and it's important to remember that policies don't exist in a vacuum. They intertwine with other political, economic and social factors, creating a web of impacts that can be difficult to predict. As we continue to analyze this policy, we'll keep an eye on the broader picture, considering both the potential benefits and the possible pitfalls. It's a delicate balancing act, one that requires careful thought and consideration. Policy 2 has certainly stirred the pot, but we are not done yet. Finally, we arrive at Policy 3. Could it be the key to the UK's future, or is it a ticking time bomb? Let's delve into the specifics. Policy 3, as articulated at the recent Conservative conference, presents a compelling vision, underpinned by a series of strategic measures. It promises to invigorate the landscape of the UK economy, fostering growth and innovation. However, like any policy, it comes with its own set of challenges. Critics have voiced concerns about its potential impact on certain sectors, underscoring the need for careful implementation. They argue that while the policy aims to stimulate the economy, it could inadvertently create disparities among various industries and regions. On the other hand, proponents argue that the potential benefits outweigh the potential risks. They believe that Policy 3 could usher in a new era of prosperity, making the UK a global leader in several key sectors. Of course, the true impact of Policy 3 will only be revealed in time, and it will undoubtedly be subject to adjustments along the way. So there we have it, the main policies from the recent Conservative conference. But what does this mean for the UK? Now that we've dissected the policies, the question remains, what does this mean for the UK and its future? Let's entertain the potential implications. The policies presented at the recent Conservative conference, like any political agenda, carry both opportunities and challenges for the UK and its economy. In the short term, some of these policies could stimulate economic growth. They could foster entrepreneurship, encourage investment, and promote job creation. These are all vital ingredients in the recipe for a robust economy. Certain sectors, the ones directly targeted by the policies, might even witness a surge in activity and profitability. But what about the long-term effects? Here the picture becomes a little more complex. Some of the policies, although promising on the surface, might have unintended consequences. For instance, policies that encourage deregulation could lead to economic inequality, environmental degradation, or even financial crises. Furthermore, some of these policies could potentially affect the UK's relationship with its international partners. Trade agreements, security pacts, and climate commitments could all be influenced by the direction these policies take. But let's remember that policies are not set in stone. They are subject to amendments, revisions, and even complete overhauls. The true impact of these policies will depend on how they are implemented, how they are adjusted in response to changing circumstances, and how they are perceived by the public. Let's also not forget the role of public opinion. The policies will inevitably face scrutiny, debate, and feedback. The public's response to these policies could influence their success or failure. It's a dynamic process, and the final outcome is always a product of multiple factors working together. So as we delve into the aftermath of the conference, it's important to keep these considerations in mind. The potential impacts of these policies, both positive and negative, are not just theoretical. They are real, tangible, and could shape the future of the UK. Only time will tell how these policies will shape the UK. For now, all we can do is watch, wait, and discuss. And that concludes our deep dive into the recent Conservative conference. Your engagement, your interest, your curiosity, they all play an integral part in shaping these discussions. So let's keep this conversation going. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and comment below. Your voice matters in this discussion. Until next time, stay informed and stay curious.